AMD shares are up sharply this morning in reaction to a dynamite quarter and fabulous guidance. The stock's already up around 15% so far this year, which is very unusual for most of the semiconductors, by the way. To talk about this is an exclusive interview and a total treat. We have got Lisa Su. Lisa Su, congratulations on a much better than expected quarter.
Good morning, and good to be talking to you and David.
But David's from Queens, not from Philly. All right, Lisa, a lot of people felt that you were going to fall the way of your relative, Jensen Huang, and NVIDIA. But you did not follow that pattern. You actually got it up to a great second half. Can you please distinguish between a company that a lot of people you are a fellow traveler with and the real AMD that you have built?
Well, Jim, look, I think we finished off a good Q4 and actually a very strong 2018. I'm pretty pleased with the results. You know, if you look at what we did in 2018, we grew revenue 23%, we grew margins 4 points, and we added $1.2 billion of new revenue. And it's really on the basis of products and product momentum. You know, that's been our story over the last few years. And it's about, gaining market share, and particularly we were very pleased with both our PC market as well as our data center results for 2018.
Let's talk about the gaining market share, Lisa. I don't think a lot of people realize the leaderless Intel situation. You have been taking share like I cannot believe from one of America's greatest companies, Intel. I know that you are personally going after accounts. Could you talk about share take in the red-hot PC sector?
Well, I think, again, it goes back to our strategy. You know, our strategy is really focused on innovation and product momentum. And we've just had a very, very strong product cycle. You know, our Ryzen products, which go into both desktops and notebooks, has just been ramping very nicely over the last 5 quarters. And, we believe we've gained share again this last quarter here in Q4 for the 5th straight quarter. And it's, it takes time. Some will say that it has taken time, but we're happy with the results as we've gone through 2018. And actually, we're even more excited about where that market can go for us in 2019.
Okay, well, data center, Intel called it out as indigestion, not that strong. NVIDIA questioned how strong the data center is. I don't see any of that kind of question from AMD. Is that because of your tie-up with Amazon and Microsoft, or is it because it's still a low base for you?
Yeah, Jim, I think the way we think about data center is, look, it is strategically a great, great market. I mean, if you think about all of the expansion in the cloud, all of the expansion in the enterprise, there are plenty of new workloads. We have tons of data that need new data centers. So that's the long-term trend. Now, there are some, short-term dynamics. People have talked about cloud indigestion. And from our standpoint, look, again, this is a share play for us. We had our strongest data center quarter in Q4. We had a very strong quarter for our EPYC CPUs. We more than doubled the units sequentially. We had a strong quarter for our GPUs in the data center, and it's because we're looking at new workloads and new deployments. So yes, we're starting off of a low base, but we view this again as a share gain opportunity for us as our products really gain momentum.
I cheered your quarter last night on Mad Money, and I instantly got the reaction from several analysts and several investors that Lisa Su is giving you a guide in the second half that is too aggressive and that perhaps you should be more skeptical. Do you fear that perhaps there could be any sort of slowdown that you're not seeing? Because I have to admit, you are predicting a pretty good second half, Lisa.
No question, Jim. And look, we see all the signals that are out there. Certainly there are some concerns about the macro and what's going on in China. There is a little bit of short-term concern in the data center. But we look at this as, let's not major on those things. Let's major on the product story. Again, we're starting from a place where we think our products, especially our 7-nanometer products, in the data center and in PCs, are going to be extremely competitive. We'll be first to 7-nanometer, we believe, in 2019. And that's a big competitive advantage. So we are playing to our strengths. It's a product story. Yes, there are some macro headwinds in there, and so our Q1 guide was a little bit lower than some might have expected. But for the full year, we still see a great opportunity, and particularly when we talk to our customers about what's important to the customer set and what are they trying to accomplish. and how do we align sort of the AMD product portfolio with sort of the customer, customer needs and requirements in the time frame.